Hey, I'm you, but I'm 65 years old. I'm here because you can still avoid what I couldn't. I'm the version of you who already paid the price for the choices you're making today. My name is David, and every single day, I regret not listening in time. I wish I could go back to the moment you're in right now. I know where you are right now. Lying in bed, screen glowing in the darkness, telling yourself this is the last video before you sleep. You're rubbing your eyes because they sting, but you still won't put it down. You're looking for something. I don't even think you know what it is anymore. A laugh? A distraction? A way to quiet the voice in your head that tells you you're falling behind. Well, listen to me. I am that voice 30 years later, and I'm telling you, you aren't just falling behind, you're disappearing. I'm speaking to you from Chicago in the year 2056. It's different here. The sky has this permanent orange haze hanging over the skyline now. We don't really see the blue anymore. I'm sitting in our apartment, the one we never moved out of because I never quite got around to the career moves I planned. And the only sound is the constant hum of the air purifier in the corner. It's a dry, mechanical sound. It's lonely. There are no birds outside. I haven't heard a bird chirp in years. Just the whir of delivery drones passing the window, bringing synthetic food to people who, like me, forgot how to live outside. I remember 2026. I remember being exactly where you are. You think you're just relaxing after a long day. You think that scrolling through those feeds, watching people you don't know live lives you wish you had, is harmless. You tell yourself it's just 10 minutes, then 20, then an hour. Then the sun is coming up and your heart is racing because you have to work in 3 hours and you've done nothing. You've produced nothing. You've felt nothing real. It started so small, didn't it? Just a way to kill time on the L train or something to keep you company while you eat. But look at me now. My hands, they tremble. Not just from age, but from decades of the same motion, the scroll ingrained into my very nerves. My skin is pale, cracked from the dry, recycled air of a life spent mostly indoors. I have the metallic taste of purification chemicals in my mouth constantly. And the worst part? I have a memory bank filled with pixels instead of people. I remember a girl named Sarah. You haven't met her yet, or maybe you just did. She lived over in Lincoln Park. She was real. She had this laugh that sounded like music, and she smelled like actual rain, not this ozone smell we have now before the electrical storms. I remember being at dinner with her, a real dinner with real food and wine that didn't taste like chemicals. And what did I do? I had my phone on the table. Every time it buzzed, my brain sparked. I was more interested in notifications from strangers than the person breathing right in front of me. I thought she'd always be there. I thought I could catch up on life later. But later is a lie we tell ourselves so we don't have to face the fact that we're cowards. I was a coward. I was too scared to try and fail at my dreams, so I chose the easy dopamine of the screen. I procrastinated on my writing. I procrastinated on my health. I procrastinated on my relationships. I told myself I was waiting for the right moment. The right moment was every second I spent staring at a glass rectangle while the world turned without me. Sarah left, you know. She didn't even make a scene. She just realized she was competing with a ghost, a digital version of me that didn't exist. One night, she looked at me while I was laughing at some stupid meme, and she said, "David, you're not even here." And she was right. I wasn't. I was in a cloud of data, floating nowhere. Now, in 2056, I spend a lot of time looking out the window through the automatic shutters. They stay locked most of the day to protect us from the heat. It's 115 degrees out there at midday. The streets are deserted. People don't talk to their neighbors anymore. Why would they? We've spent decades learning that our community is online. But when the power flickers during the storms and the screens go black, it's just me, in the dark, with the silence. The silence is the hardest part. There's no chatter from the patios downstairs anymore. The cafes are mostly just pickup points for drones. I miss the smell of wet earth. I haven't smelled that since 2032. Now, it's just this faint smell of burnt plastic from the recycling plants that never goes away. I'd give every like I ever received, every follower I ever obsessed over, just to sit on a park bench in 2026, under a tree with real leaves, and feel the wind on my face without a mask on. You think you're young, but let me tell you how fast it goes. You scroll through your 20s, you swipe through your 30s, you check in on your 40s, and then you wake up and your hair is gray, your joints ache, and you realize you have no stories to tell. You didn't travel because you were too busy watching other people travel. You didn't learn that language because you were too busy watching 15-second clips of people who did. You didn't build that business because you were researching on social media for 5 years straight. I see you there, paralyzed by the perfect lives on your screen. You feel like a failure because you aren't them. But they aren't even them, David. It's all a curated lie. I know, because I saw the end of it. I watched those influencers grow old and lonely too, their filters failing to hide the sadness in their eyes when the cameras finally stopped clicking. I remember the day it really hit me. It was around 2040. My mother was getting older. She was in the hospital back in Boston. I flew out to see her, and even there, in the quiet of her room, with the beep of the heart monitor, I found myself reaching for my pocket. I kept checking the news, checking the trends, checking anything, because I didn't know how to just be present with the pain of losing her. I was so addicted to distraction that I couldn't even give my own mother my full attention in her final hours. I was looking at a screen when she took her last breath. Do you hear me? I was looking at a screen. I can never get that back. That's the weight I carry. That's the price I told you about. Every time you choose the screen over the person, the screen over the work, the screen over the moment, you are chipping away at your soul. You are turning yourself into a consumer instead of a creator, a spectator instead of a participant. The world in 2056 is full of spectators. We sit in our climate-controlled boxes, eating synthetic recycled protein that tastes like cardboard, and we watch archives of how the world used to be. We watch videos of the ocean before the reefs died.
We watch forests before the big fires, and we cry because we had it all and we traded it for a faster connection. I don't want you to end up here. I don't want you to be 65, sitting in a room with the shutters closed, wondering where the last 30 years went. I don't want you to feel this hollow ache in your chest where your memories should be. I know it's hard. I know the apps are designed to keep you there. They spent billions to figure out how to hijack your brain. But you are stronger than a piece of code. You have to be. Because if you aren't, you're already dead. You're just a ghost haunting your own life. Look, I'm not here to give you a plan. I'm not a coach. I'm just you, further down the road, and I can see the bridge is out. I can see the cliff you're driving toward while you're busy looking at your GPS. You need to wake up. Not tomorrow, not after this video. Now. Do something for me, something real. Look at your hands. Look at how they're curved to hold that device. Feel the weight of it. It's heavier than you think. It's carrying the weight of all the things you aren't doing.
Think about one person you've been ignoring. Maybe they're in the next room. Maybe they're a phone call away. Maybe they're someone you haven't spoken to in months because you lost track of time. Put the phone down. I don't mean lock it. I mean put it in a drawer. Leave it there. Walk out of the room. If it's night, go outside. If the air is still clean where you are, if you can still see the stars, and just breathe. Feel the air in your lungs. It's a gift. You don't know how much of a gift it is yet. Go talk to that person. Don't text them. Talk to them. Look into their eyes. Notice the way their face moves when they speak. Notice the color of their eyes. These are the things that will stay with you when you're my age. Not the memes, not the hot takes, not the endless stream of noise that feels so important right now. I remember one morning in Chicago, it must have been 2027. There was a light snow falling, actual snow, white and soft. I was walking to get coffee, and for some reason, for 5 minutes, I put my phone in my pocket. I just looked at the way the light hit the frozen river. I saw an old couple holding hands, their breath blooming in the air like tiny clouds. I felt alive, truly alive, for 5 minutes. And then my pocket buzzed, and I reached for it, and I spent the rest of the walk looking down. I would give anything to have that walk back. I would give anything to be back in that body with those lungs in that world. You are there. You are there right now. Don't you get it? You're living in the good old days that I dream about every night. You're living in the paradise that I lost. And you're spending it staring at a piece of glass. Please, I'm begging you, don't be me. Don't let your life be a series of "I'll do it later," because later is 2056, and 2056 is too late. The trees are gone, the birds are silent, and I am alone with my regrets. The purpose you're looking for? It's not on that screen. It's in the struggle. It's in the boredom. It's in the hard conversations. It's in the work that takes years, not seconds. It's in the messy, unedited, unfiltered reality of being a human being. I'm losing the connection soon. The storms are picking up outside, and the grid is failing again. The sky is turning that ugly, bruised purple color it gets before the lightning hits. I have to go. I have to go back to my quiet room and my synthetic meal and my memories of a life I almost lived. But you still have a chance. You still have the sun. You still have the rain. You still have the people who love you, even if you've been too busy to notice. I'm not asking you to change your whole life today. I'm just asking for one real moment. Just one, before it's too late. Turn off this device. Not in a minute. Not after you check the comments. Now. Stand up. Go to a window. Look at the world. Then, go find that person, the one you know you've been neglecting, and tell them you're sorry. Tell them you're there. And then, stay there. Be there for the whole conversation. Don't check the time. Don't check your pockets. Just stay. That one moment, it might be the start of a different future for us. A future where I'm not sitting here alone. A future where I'm sitting on a porch with Sarah, watching a sunset that isn't orange because of pollution, but orange because it's beautiful. Give me that. I'm you, but I'm running out of time. You're the only one who can save us. Regret is the most expensive price there is, and you pay it with time you no longer have. Put the phone down now.